Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Good Morning LEQ.
We are here.
Who's got their mugs ready?
I'm saying
Uh-huh.
you do.
Always. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
good. Stay ready. You don't have to get ready. I like that.
Yeah, that's what I do with my mug.
Where'd that come up with? How'd you come up with
TV show.
that?
Anyway.
Oh, you're so funny. Stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
That's right. Good morning, good morning.
I think I might have taught you that too, though. Always be prepared.
Yeah, that's not what that phrase is.
That's not.
It's a spin on the phrase, but it's not the exact phrase.
Okay, well, I'll take it that I taught you. Always be prepared.
Okay, Mom. Okay. All right.
Just like I always said, always be 5 minutes early.
Yeah, that hasn't resonated with me, though. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. You might get 2 minutes early. I'm working on it. Eventually, I'll make it to 10 or 15 like you.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, one day. Always be prepared.
Yes.
You just never know. All right, who got the opportunity to watch last night's premiere? Corey spent tons of time making that video on the basics template. So it was
a lot of time condensed into 1 hour.
Like, oh my gosh, what is it, like 8 hours?
No, it wasn't even just 8 hours. It was 2 weeks worth of filming condensed into 1 hour.
Yeah. Well, it's because you have to make this project first to know what you're doing to make sure you're giving the right information. Then you have to make it again on camera. So, yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys got a chance to watch it last night. If you didn't, you definitely want to go back and watch it. If you know how to piece and you know how to do all that stuff, he does still have some really good tips in there. If you have people that have asked you, how do you make a quilt or what's a quilt? Just send them to the video. You don't even have to talk about it. You could just send them to the video. I
just took all the guesswork out of it for you.
He just made it easy for you.
But no, the basics template is a very, very, very cool tool.
Yeah.
Even if you are, if you've already been piecing or you're an advanced piecer, it can just take all that guesswork out of it. Like, basically what I just did with that video, took all the guesswork out of it for what is a quilt.
Yeah.
But it has that ability to turn, something that is just this basic little, I see what I did there, wordplay.
Yeah.
This basic little template right here that says basic on it. There you go. See it, get right in the can. There it is, right there. Boom. Into some amazing different patterns. There are 2 that come in this, like we looked at last night.
Yep.
But then there's also, I'm not going to show every single one, but a plethora.
There you go. There's a fan of patterns.
Designs that you can make with that one same template.
Exactly. So we have all these 10 patterns on our website. There's also more out there, but isn't it 10?
11.
Oh, 11 patterns, sorry. So basically you get one template and then you can use it towards all these patterns. So it's pretty cost effective. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah. No, this is the next one that I want to do. I don't know why, but it's super modern. I can think of some really cool ways to quilt it. That one's called Baby O. It's so stinking cute.
Yeah. There's tons of super cute.
But yeah.
So if you have the template or you don't have the template, definitely jump over and grab it. And then go to the website. When you're there looking at that, look at all the patterns that go with the basic template. And if you have any questions, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'll be happy to answer those for you.
And that also brings in a good topic. When you are on the website looking at patterns, make sure, and you kind of said this, but make sure that it says basic, BASIX, in the name of the pattern for it to work with this template. We also have patterns in that same section that say X block, and those are made for the X block template. Exactly. 2 different templates. Yeah. Same family of templates, but 2 different ones.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure you get the right pattern for your basic template.
Exactly. And that's a good point. I had that question yesterday on the phone. So good bringing that up. Something just to kind of buyer beware, FYI, stuff like that out there. There are multiple sites coming out of China that are replicating this template, not the patterns. They don't have the patterns, but they have a picture of this file. They have a picture of the template without the name on it. Make sure you always get the name without the name on it.
Make sure you get the one that has the name on it.
Yeah. And they're selling it pretty cheap. And it's not the right thing.
It's not the right size. The markings aren't right. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, and they've actually have copied our videos and put them on their website. So kind of just, it's not us, so don't buy it or you won't get the right template.
If it's not our website, it's not the right template.
And it's not the owner's website. She's trying to fight to get it down, but after research, our son's doing research. It's actually based in China, and there's not going to be much we can do about it. So anyway, take that sour note out. Just wanted to give you a little buyer beware on that, because if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
Probably not true.
So anyway, so we hope, again, enjoy the video if you haven't. But today we are here to celebrate Corey. Happy birthday, Corey.
I get to have 2 days of birthday. Thank y'all so much. It's
I know.
Beautiful,
his birthday was yesterday.
Birthday was yesterday. I turned a ripe old 27.
But we wanted to make sure we got to celebrate it with you, our family and friends, today. Plus, Corey loves doing everything big anyway, so I wanted to make sure he had it big.
Very that.
But stay tuned, because we are fixing to show you the life of Corey. He has no idea.
I have no idea what she's about to do.
I actually put together a PowerPoint. It's not going to be the best looking thing because it's me that did it without his help. But I went and dug up a bunch of old pictures from when he was a baby all the way up. So you get to kind of see the life of Corey and some of the things that he's got to do. So this is a mom thing. So please,
I don't know what she's doing.
Bear with me on this one, but hopefully you enjoy it the way that I enjoyed putting it together.
Kind of scared.
Oh yeah.
Amy, don't go get popcorn.
Definitely get the popcorn, Amy. So it's it won't last too long. We only have a few minutes here, but it's definitely. I tried to find pictures that I could find because I have a bucket. Who of you guys? Do you guys have like a bucket of pictures like before digital came out? And I just haven't had time to put them in an album. So like I have all these, you would take in the film to Walmart and they would develop it and you'd go back and pick it up a week later.
Those were the days.
I had to take pictures of those pictures, but they actually turned out okay.
Remember our photo at the Walgreens?
All that stuff.
Remember when that first came out? That was the thing.
Exactly. All right. So I think we should just get started.
Okay.
So we're going to take the comments off so you can see everything, but you can still see them in your platforms. And then Corey's going to turn on that. Okay. You got to give me the mouse.
Have fun. I'm scared.
How do I work it though?
Up there where the arrows are next to the numbers.
Alrighty, so Corey's celebration on April Fool's Day.
Of course it is. Yay.
We almost thought he was going to be an April Fool's baby. That's the funny thing, because it was. We won't even go into that. So here's the first picture.
Oh gosh.
So here's me just a couple days after having the baby.
The baby. Wow. That's the celebration I'm getting today.
Having Corey. So as you see, he's actually looks pretty big for a newborn. So
I was a newborn there?
Yes.
Oh gosh, bless you soul.
So he was 9 pounds, 2.5 ounces, 23 inches long. I had just brought him home from the hospital. This was the first couple days coming out of the house. So he's a couple days old there. As you can see, I'm super tiny. And there's a reason behind that, because he sucked the life out of me. Like literally.
Go me.
I had severe hyperemesis for the whole 9 months, and I was lucky to be alive, but we found out after he was born it was because he was taking everything out of me, but he came out healthy, so you know what, you can't judge that.
Can't complain.
Right. Can't complain. So next one.
Oh my gosh.
So
Mama.
So we bought him this toy, and he could care less about playing with the little toys, and he just wanted to lift it up. He would bench press. It was so funny, the little toy.
Look at those thighs. Thick fillet over here. Oh my gosh.
You know what? And you were only a couple months old. You just grew really fast.
Cute little baby.
So this was a couple months old, and he would sit there and play with his little toy, but he just loved bench pressing him. So we're going to jump to the next one.
My favorite photo.
The paint can. So this was our second professional photo shoot. And he just was such a cute little baby. I mean, he's still cute now, but he was so cute. And then this was his trip, his first airplane trip. And yeah, I was the mom that gave Skittles to keep him quiet.
Yes.
But I'm also the mom that put the harness on him, because this was prior to 9/11, so anybody could be in the airport, and he loved to run. So I had to keep him in check. I didn't want to lose him. I traveled by myself. So
oh my gosh.
Next one. So we were at a family reunion. This was in 98. And he always loved picking flowers and bringing them to mommy and grandma. He just was the sweetest little kid. And so he picked the flowers, and then we got the picture of him handing them off to us. And then this was his first snow. So as you can see, he's trying to eat the nasty snow. But he was so excited to get snow in Texas. So that was his first snow. You haven't seen these, have you?
Mm-mm.
I know. because they're not digital.
They're not digital.
And then this was his first ferry ride. Me and him took a trip because I was a single mom after he was 2. Me and him took a trip on a ferry over to Galveston, and he just loved riding the boat and looking at the dolphins on the side. So his first ferry ride. And then our first trip to Disney World. So a little bit older there. The story behind the Disney World trip is that it took me 2 years to save the money to take him on this trip. And we did everything economy. Everything was economy. And the tickets were actually given to us, the actual multi-day pass tickets. So I didn't have to pay for the ticket for there. I just had to come up with the money to pay for the plane and the hotel. So it took me 2 years to do that. And he was so excited. We had so much fun on that trip. And then we'll go over to this one.
My blue chair. That was my favorite.
Yeah. So my boss at the time just adored Corey. And Corey would come up to the office all the time. So she had him a little chair made with his name embroidered. He's hiding it behind his head. But it was his chair. And so that chair eventually came up to the office. And that's where he would sit and read his books while he would come to work with me on the days that school was closed. And that's kind of the look you would get.
The level of sass already.
I know, he is sassy.
Level of sass.
The next one is us again. We love doing adventurous things together. And so obviously that's us in a tree. We would see who could climb the highest. Of course, he was smaller, so he could. But I always like to challenge him. The next one was one of his soccer games. As a mother, they said, put him in sports, do whatever you can do to get him active. He hated soccer. I won't say he hated it, but he just liked playing soccer. And but I wanted to make sure he had every opportunity. So he would sit there and watch the games with me and then go do his play and then come back and sit in my lap. He never sat with the teammates. He always just sat with me. I think he loved his mama a little bit. Then the next one, we kind of jumped a few years here. And it's because I couldn't find all the other pictures. I know they're there. It was just hard to go digging last night. When he got his, I want to say it was his purple belt here.
It's blue.
Blue? I can't see. Yeah. In Taekwondo. And he really threw, what do you call it? I can't think of the word. Not exceeded, but he did really well in Taekwondo. And it was fun watching him learn self-defense to protect himself. And then we kind of move up to, we're in middle school ages right now. And there's his brother, Ryan. And they were like 2 peas in the pod. You could not separate those two. And now you can. But when they're...
now you can easily separate us.
But when he was little, they were like the bestest of friends. So we'll go to the next slide. And that's him and Ryan again. So middle school years, again, at the zoo. And then he would just love to cuddle and sleep with Ryan. And it was just to calm Ryan. He could calm Ryan before I could. And then we'll go to some more. So now we're in high school. So this is where Corey got his CNA license. Mm-hmm. And then he also was a pharmacy tech. So during high school, proud mom moments here. He earned his CNA license and his pharmacy tech license while he was in high school. So that way he would have a job. He always had a path, so I was so proud of him. He was also the president of HOSA, mm-hmm. Which was the club that was over these 2 things, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there he is there. And his tennis years. So he played tennis in high school. And he was what, 6'2", 6'3", playing tennis, which was not normal. Normally they're little guys playing, but he was the tall one, and he really loved it. We loved watching him play. And then the one with his letter jacket, I was so proud of him to letter and something that he enjoyed, and he really did enjoy tennis. Look, we got lots of pharmacy techs. And then over here, so this was his graduation when he graduated from high school. But also, one thing I was proud of him on is he made the newspaper. Student promotes safe recycling. So Corey decided that he would recycle batteries to save the earth, right? Yeah, basically, there's a poisoning or something.
Yeah, the battery acid.
the battery acid. So he started a whole recycling program and set up recycle boxes everywhere. And so he would even come to the office. Do you have any more? Do you have any more? We need batteries. Can't throw those batteries away. So he started that program there at his school.
It's still going on too.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at there, all these years later.
10 years later, yep.
10 years later. It's awesome. I didn't know that. Let's go over here. So this was one of his.
That's my first ribbon.
Was that the first one?
The first one I ever got.
Hey, I didn't know if it was the first or second.
The first one.
And so we have his ribbon here. What he did, kind of just a point-to-point pattern, right?
Point-to-point on that.
I can't. It's not close, obviously. But point-to-point.
Yeah, I did a point-to-point chevron, feather and pearls in that one. I followed the tie-dye on the quilt. I can't even think straight on the top. And that was the first quilt I ever submitted to a show and won a ribbon on, and it was a proud moment for me. I was happy.
Yeah. So I wanted to make sure we threw a few of those accomplishments in there. So the next one are 2 other ribbons that he won.
Yeah.
So he won a ribbon on this Corey's Cube.
Uh-huh.
And then one over here on, it was more of like a paint one. You want to describe that a little bit?
I quilted a pattern that one of our team members at the time digitized for me, and then I melted crayons on top of it, and it was technically a 2-sided quilt. I guess I didn't get the memo on that one, but the wax from the crayons bled through the stitching to the other side, so the quilt pattern on the back was the same color as the crayons that are kind of bleeding down. In the front, it was just crayon wax, so it was a very interesting concept. Something that I had never seen at a show, and we were very into crayon art at that time.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to try it and see what it did. Oh, and it also glows in the dark.
It also glows in the dark. And we actually have a video on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Way back on our YouTube.
If
you ever want to see the way it looks like or how we did it, we have a video on it. You can just type in Crayola.
No.
No?
That's trademarked.
Oops, sorry.
Crayon art.
Crayon art. I forgot. You're right. And you can actually see how we made that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we're almost done here. So this was fun to bring up because I wanted to show I finally got to finish college after starting back in the day having Corey at 20, and then life got in the way. So I finally finished my associates a few years prior to him getting his associates. So I thought it was kind of cool to put those 2 together, that we both graduated from the same junior college before he went on to the university. So, and then this is him on a normal day.
Oh my gosh, Mom, really?
So
did you have to do?
I did. So we were Black Friday shopping here when he was in high school. Or no, I think he was in college by then.
Yeah, I think
he was definitely in college by then. And this was his like, oh my gosh, are they done yet? Because we
on the left, yeah.
And then over here we were at the
Exit Glacier.
The Exit Glacier in Alaska. And we were hiking up the glacier mountain, and we stopped because me and his grandma got too tired. And he was like, I'm going to make it to the top. I'm determined. We started this. And I'm like, I'm not going because it says bears are up there.
Yeah. I got halfway to the top. I got to the second stopping point. And that's when I saw all the switchbacks up the mountain to get to the very top of the glacier. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do this. Because I had already stopped right there. I was like, I'm
exhausted.
done. It was 2 or 3 hours to get to that point, and I was nowhere near the top of the glacier. And I was like, yeah, no, it's time to turn around and come home.
Out of water. He was just like dying.
And you're just walking up rocks the whole way. It was no easy path. You had to climb, pull yourself. Yeah, I was done. I was tired. I was over it.
So I had to show these because this is, if you know Corey really well, these are the faces he makes on an ongoing basis.
Oh, gosh, I can't with you.
So even today he does stuff like that.
Keeping a reality show.
Yep. And then here is first time voting, so I had to put that in there. Yeah. And then we just thought it would be fun hanging off a bridge one day. So we got that. Almost done, Corey. So I wanted to put this in here because a lot of people don't know that Corey has a huge heart. And there was a hurricane. Which one was this? Harvey. Hurricane Harvey that hit. And we volunteered with our church group and went down to Vidor, Texas. And what we call mucked out a house, which means we took everything out of the house because the flood waters had gone all the way to the roof. And so everything was ruined, and all of the sheetrock had to come out. Everything had to come out. Well, Corey took it like a champ. And we went in there and we were exhausted. It was hot. It was August. No, it was September.
In September.
Humidity. It was pretty bad. And he just works so hard. And he just has a big heart. You know, he always tries to give back too. He knows we were very blessed, but he loves to help and do service. So I just wanted to throw that in there to show that. Okay. That's over here. Okay. And we're coming towards the end. So this is when Corey got his college ring at UNT. And then, of course, this is when he graduated. I love how we've spent all the special moments together. I'm really proud to have him as my son. And now I'm about to cry finally. He's just an amazing man. And he was an amazing kid, amazing teenager, and he's just an amazing man. And I'm very, very blessed to have him as my son in my life and to do my daily things with me. All right. So now I want to throw this in because this is kind of when he really hit the teaching, the mega. His buddies that he got more acquainted with on a cruise that we took. And if you want to tell them the names real quick, you can.
From going left to right, you've got Joyce, Carol, myself, Joanne, and then Anita.
And they were on the cruise. This was in Honduras, and I left him behind because he didn't come off the boat. So me and his stepdad and brother were like,
I came off the boat. You just weren't where you told me to be.
He must be doing something else because he's not here yet.
Okay,
so
here we go.
We'll just let him do his thing because he had done his thing on the whole cruise because he was teaching the whole time. So anyway, so then we kind of left, which actually turned out to be a huge blessing for him.
Yeah, it worked out.
Because he got to know these ladies much better and just really love teaching with them. So then we'll take it to the last one. And it brings us to kind of today. You know, if you watched our first After Hours, the clown nose video is our picture on there.
The first one. And
then, of course, me and him always love to go to the movies and do things. We just used to hang out. He would be like, Mom, you want to go on a date? Let's go somewhere. And he was just this awesome young son. And this was when he was in college. And he would just make sure that I would get out and do stuff. Anyway, so there we go. There's Corey's life. At least some of it.
The progression of
it. The progression.
Gosh, I don't like you right now.
I hope you guys enjoyed those pictures. I know that's not your normal Good Morning LEQ or your normal, it's definitely not quilting related except when you get to the quilts. But I just wanted to make sure that I was able to show my love for my son on his birthday and for you guys because you participate in our lives every Friday, that you get to see some of his life too. And that it's more than just behind a camera doing quilting videos. He's been a blessing to many, many, many people. A blessing to our family for sure, but a blessing to all of our friends. You know, he has the biggest, kindest heart that you would ever know. And I just kind of wanted to show those pictures that you guys could see that. I love you.
I love you too.
Anyway.
Laura, my actual birthday was yesterday. Oh gosh, that was not necessary. You didn't have to do that.
I know I didn't.
Thank you though. You just wait till your birthday.
No, you won't find my pictures.
Oh, I'll find them.
They're not digital or even.
Oh, I'll get them from the dinosaur ages. I can do it.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, I think I really appreciate that, Mom. I really, really do. But it rolls back to her. She always says, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm great, thank you. But it rolls back to all the lessons that you've taught me, that she's taught me, and giving me those proper building blocks to build the life that I have today. And it's good. It's good. It's good. I can't go much further, otherwise it'll be a tear fest. But I wouldn't have what I am. I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't be where I am without my mom. And she is my best friend, even though she drives me up a wall. But she is my best friend. And so thank you for celebrating me. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. And we were a team. I mean, I was a single mom for 6 years before I met his stepdad. And we just learned how to live life to the fullest with the least amount of money and love each other and enjoy each other and respect each other. And I think that's what helped us grow too.
Yeah.
So, all righty, we have to get to work.
I was just making sure people could hear us.
Oh.
I had a comment that we couldn't be heard, so I was making sure. Anyway, yes, we do have to get back to the daily job.
The daily job
grind.
now. Yeah.
But
we get to eat our little.
We'll have our little buntini.
Yep, our little buntinis.
Our little cake for the day. But thank you all so much for joining us today on Good Morning LEQ. Oh, we didn't say what you're thankful for.
Oh, okay, yeah, we have about 5 minutes, so definitely put in there what you're thankful for. We have to end every episode with what we're thankful for.
Amy said now that we're all crying.
I am extremely, obviously, thankful for my son. I think I've said that a few times in the video. But I'm, 27 years ago when I had him, I was 20 years old. I was newly married, and I got married at 19, had him at 20. I had no idea what I was doing. Literally, I was sick for 9 months, and I just had him, and all I could think of was like, what the heck did I just do? And how do I take care of him? I didn't have any parental support living near me. I had support, they just weren't living near me. And so I was kind of on my own. His dad was very busy working all the time, so it was kind of just me. And he just kind of showed me the way. Like, with God's help, Corey let me know what he needed. He showed me the way, and I'm so thankful. Number one, that I had, God looking out for me, because I would have been lost. Who knows what would have happened to Corey without that help. But just knowing that the whole journey, especially when he was younger and being a single mom, he was always there. Corey was always there to help guide me, and help me just with simple things. It's like he knew exactly what to say or what not to say. And I mean, it was just, I don't know. So I'm very thankful for you.
Thank you.
So,
and piggybacking off of that, I am extremely thankful for you. Thankful for all the support and love and everything that you've given me and all the sacrifices you've made to make sure that I had a better life. And so I really, really appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
So thank you.
We have lots of thankful for God's blessings, family, friends. I love having the part of social media that we love is having friends, having to be able to talk to you guys and be a part of your lives too. Because it's such a blessing to get to know other people. And so anyway,
alrighty. Well, again, thank you all so much for joining us today for Good Morning LEQ. We will see you next Thursday on After Hours.
Bye.